And good afternoon, Southeast Texas. Let's bring you the very latest information that we have. We're continuing to watch Hurricane Delta. It has turned to the north and northeast. The other good news is that it has weakened, but the wind field has expanded a bit. We'll talk about what that means to us in just a few minutes. But as you can see, it is southwest of Cameron, moving northeast. Not going to hit us. We will have a glancing blow. Yes, we are and have expected tropical storm force wind gusts. It's going to be close over in towards, I think, maybe Orange, Bridge City. Let's see, Port Arthur and Sabine Pass. I think we could do 60-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. We've already had a 62-mile-per-hour wind gust over towards Texas Point, which is south of Sabine Pass. Ragged eye. And this is, again, heading off towards the north and east at the present time. This is the eye wall, roughly around 25 to 30 miles offshore from Sabine Pass. Again, about 25 miles, and it is moving off towards this direction right here. So if you look at the western eye wall, something like that is what I'm expecting. That's where we'll get hurricane force winds. That's as farthest west that I can tell right now on radar that we'll see. So that means 60, 65 mile per hour winds, maybe closer to 70 along the coastline, Texas Point back over to Sabine Pass. Otherwise, I think we can do some 50-plus mile per hour winds in the city of Beaumont. We've already seen 54 over at the Jack Brooks Regional Airport right there. And winds will be going up in the next couple of hours. This is expected to make landfall as we head on into, say, about 6 or so. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But you can see a ragged eye right now heading to the northeast. It has turned. And the reason that it is also weakened is because the southwest winds that we've been talking about have been mainly along the coastline. And so the issue is that that's why this is weakened and it has been slower to turn. I'll grant you that. It has been slow to turn, but it has turned. And it will continue to take that track on off towards the northeast, over towards maybe Grand Chenier or Creole, Louisiana. That place is at about 50 miles to the east of Port Arthur. Hurricane force winds extend outwards up to 40 miles from the western side of the eye. So it looks like western Calcasieu Parish. Unfortunately, that means probably Vinton back over towards Cameron, and also Lake Charles. Unfortunately, Sulphur will likely see hurricane force winds. This is the 58 mile per hour wind speeds, 58 to 73. That heads to the north. Already southeast Texas seeing those tropical storm force winds. Notice the hurricane force winds staying to our east, making landfall just east of Cameron. We'll be taking your questions for you in just a few minutes. But again, it's going to ramp up right on through landfall at roughly 6 o'clock tonight. It's going to be at Cat 2 right on the coastline near Grand Chenier at 6 p.m. So again, Sabine Pass, Bridge City, Port Arthur, and Orange will likely see the strongest winds out of this because of their proximity to the storm. It continues to move on off towards the north. By 7 p.m., it moves into, we'll go with extreme southern sections, southwestern sections of Jeff Davis Parish, and northeastern sections of Cameron Parish, weakens to 105 miles an hour. And that means that the winds, the strongest winds, will begin pulling away after about 7 p.m. in southeast Texas. Then look what happens as we head on in towards late tonight. Gone. Okay, so it looks like between now and about 8 is probably going to be the worst of the weather as things then ramp down. Wind gusts across the area, 20 to 55 over in Port Arthur, 37 in Orange. These are going to go higher. Looks like some 60s possible and through Port Arthur and Orange, and also Sabine Pass, Bridge City. That's the latest. Lake Charles is at 60. Of course, Cameron is missing. So we have revised our winds up just a bit. I think it'll be 60-plus miles per hour, Orange, Bridge City, Port Arthur, and Sabine Pass. Why has this gone up? Because the storm took its time turning. I grant you that. So we have more information. So it means that the winds will be a little bit higher than what we had yesterday. But we have more information now. Again, I think the hurricane force winds roughly Vinton eastbound over towards east of Holly Beach. Sulphur, Lake Charles, Cameron, of course, will be looking at hurricane force winds. So what does that mean for the triangle? Port Arthur, 60+ mile per hour winds. Orange, 60+ mile per hour winds. Hopefully not 70. I don't think so at this time. Lower wind speeds as you move further to the west. Again, I'm going to take questions in just a few minutes. Otherwise, nothing has changed on the hurricane warnings or the tropical storm warnings across southeast Texas. As far as warnings, as far as flash flooding, there is now a flash flood warning for southern half of Orange County and a good chunk of Jefferson County until 7 p.m. And we have seen anywhere in the last 6 hours, let's see, a good 3 to 4 inches across portions of Jefferson County, and a good 2 to 3 inches over in towards Orange County. Otherwise, an additional 1 to 5 inches possible. The storm surge has not changed, still 2 to 4 along the coastline, 3 to 5 east of Sabine Pass. And there we are. Again, the track of Hurricane Delta heading right towards Cameron, Louisiana. And if you're just joining us, this is the eye wall. We don't want that to go any further to the west. So if you take a track parallel, that's where we're looking at the hurricane force winds, somewhere in that vicinity right there. Obviously, they'll be further off towards the east because the field is going to be wider, and on the clean side where the eye goes, it'll be less. So I don't think it'll get further west than western sections of Cameron Parish at this time. But that does mean from Orange in this area, we'll probably see 60+ mile per hour winds. Eastern, south and eastern Orange County, maybe towards Bridge City, also Port Arthur, Sabine Pass, and Texas Point. Questions?
First of all, we've got several people from Orange asking how it's going to be for them. What side of the eye wall are they on? What side of the storm are they on?
They're on the clean, not the dry, but the clean side of the storm. So that means your winds are going to go up. So again, the eye wall, I think, is going to go something like that, the western side. So that'll be east of Orange. That's where the hurricane force winds are, from what I can tell. This happens to move on off towards the north. Notice the hurricane force winds stay off towards your east. It's going to be close. I think we could see 60, maybe up to 70. That's what we're looking at right now. So the weather is going to go downhill for Orange County, eastern Orange County, and eastern South County and Jefferson County as we head towards 6 p.m. So we're at 218 now, 219. So the weather is only going to go worse as we head through the next 3 to 4 hours. Then as we head towards 7, 8 o'clock, things will start to improve. So this is not going to stick around long. As you can see, by 7 p.m., it's already improving, that western side moving and pulling away by 9, 10 o'clock tonight.
Someone asking, can we see rain totals again?
Yes, definitely. Again, here's the latest wind gusts. Rainfall totals, let's see, in Beaumont, roughly 3+ to 4 inches over towards, this is just last 6 hours, roughly 5 inches over towards High Island, and we'll go near Mauriceville, 2.9, back over towards Port Arthur, a good 3 to 4 inches. Obviously heavier offshore and also over towards Lake Charles.
Got people asking about wind conditions in several locations. Vidor, Buna Evadale.
Are we talking about wind gusts? That's what I need to know. Are y'all wanting to know wind gusts, or are you wanting to know current wind speeds?
I believe they're looking for what the worst conditions are they're going to be seeing in the next few hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Let me put another pause on this animation because I want you to see look at this. We're looking at 9:30, a vast improvement. I hope you can see that. This is not going to last much past, well, let's see. All right, here's 2:30. 12:30 in the morning. It's gone. It's out of the area. But I think the worst of the weather is between now. It'll be the worst at 6 p.m. and things will be starting to ramp down after about 7:30. That's what I'm thinking right now. As far as the wind speeds, let's see. Vidor, probably 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, this is the peak wind speed is what I'm forecasting. Again, peak wind speeds. Right there. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll get worse than that right now. I think the worst of it is in through southeastern Jefferson County, back over to near Deweyville. That's where we could get 60, maybe 70 mile per hour winds. So if you're in Vidor, you're looking at about 50 to 60. Who else?
There was Port Neches, Buna, Evadale.
Okay, Port Neches, Mid-County, looking at probably 55, maybe 60. Evadale, 45. Who else? Buna, 45.
Hampshire Finette.
Hampshire Finette, 45. That's peak wind speeds that I can tell right now.
And Groves.
Groves, going to be close to 60, maybe as high as 70.
And on the topic of Groves, people asking about tornado threats up there.
Okay, let me see. Let me check the latest Storm Prediction Center, the Storm Prediction Center website. Let's see. I'm not aware of a tornado watch in southeast Texas right now. Yeah, obviously higher off towards our east. There are no watches that I can tell. Let me see if I have that graphic. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. I'm looking for a graphic. Day 1 is what I want. Sorry, I have tons of graphics. I'm looking through my library right now to find that day 1 severe weather risk, and it looks like it is a slight chance just off towards our east, and a marginal risk here in southeast Texas. So obviously to the right of the storm is going to see the highest risk of tornadoes. That doesn't mean it's zero, but it's a less of a chance. Let's see if I can find it. Is it in my 2020 folder? I have tons of folders. I'm looking through all these folders trying to find that one graphic so that you can see where the greatest risk as far as thunderstorms. I can't see it right now and talk at the same time. All right, we'll try 2019. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to find a graphic. There's my excessive rainfall. I'm looking for a particular graphic. Well, I can't find it right now. Oh, there it is. Day 1 outlook. I found it. Hopefully that's the one I want. It's loading right now. And I'm going to have to edit it. Let's see. Yeah. Day 1. This is tonight. And we'll take that off. Oops. Okay. And this is going to be convective day outlooks. Yep. It is off towards our east. Day 1. Yep. There's where we're at. So you can see to the right of the storm is where the main threat of severe weather is. No tornado watches have been issued at this point. What other questions do we have?
Let me see here. There were some people asking about future rain total estimates for Mauriceville.
Okay. Let me see.
That's from Lindsay.
Lindsay, this is from the Weather Prediction Center, the Hydrometeorological Center from NOAA. And this is, where was she from? Where was Lindsay asking from?
Mauriceville.
Mauriceville. Looks like, let's see, this is 7, this is 5, 4, about 4 inches over towards Mauriceville. That's what we're looking at. Next question.
Any flooding predicted on or near Neches River?
I have not had, honestly, I have not had time to look at the rivers. My feeling is that if we do, it's going to be minor because most of the rain should be out of here by 10 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look at Futurecast once again. I don't think I did not show that. Let's see, where is Futurecast? I forgot to put that in there. Okay, we will put it in and we will take a look at that real quickly. And this is Futurecast. This is the one model that I think is doing a real good job. All right, there we are. There is 3 p.m. There is 5 p.m. Storm very close to the coast. Look at the heaviest rainfall remaining east of the Sabine River, moving through eastern sections of Cameron Parish over towards Jennings. There's the center at 7 p.m. Look at the rains over southeast Texas. Notice how they decrease over the triangle by 9 p.m. So we've got approximately 6.5 hours of locally heavy rainfall in the triangle, and then it quickly moves out by midnight. You see that? So that's what we're looking at. Let's see, do I have storm surge in here? Let's see if we got an update from the National Hurricane Center as far as storm surge. Bear with me, I'm looking through an extensive library that I have built over the last 5 years on this particular system, so it takes a while to sort through everything. There's your storm surge. I'm going to move it up into this show and show you. So normally I would have all this prepared and ready to go before I went on air. I'm not surprised, and that's a good idea. Storm surge. Yeah, no changes. There you go. Good news there on the storm surge. And like what happened with Laura, look how this has gone down because of the clean side of the storm. Yesterday they were showing, this is from the Hurricane Center. I do not make this graphic. These are experts who do hydrometeorological analysis. I'm not a hydrometeorologist. They were showing 3 to 5 feet over towards western sections of Cameron Parish. So that is improved. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 inches over, or feet over towards Sabine Pass. But again, it has cleaned up very much like what happened with Laura over towards Bridge City. Maybe a foot in some spots. But again, why is the change? Because we know more information. We know exactly, or pretty close to where it's going to go. We know better now than yesterday where it's going as far as the exact track of Hurricane Delta. Any other questions?
Let me see here. We had someone asking about winds in Bridge City sustained.
Okay, I do not have a WeatherNet site there. The best I can do is give you Jack Brooks Regional Airport. And the last that the Brooks Regional Airport measured at, let's see, KBBT is 54 mile per hour wind gusts right in the last few minutes. Let's see, that was at 216 and we're at 229. That's the highest wind speed that I've seen at Jack Brooks is 55. Let's see if I've got that graphic right there. Should say 54, 55, and there you go, Port Arthur, right there. Okay?
Someone asking about flash flooding in Vidor.
Flash flooding. Let's see. I don't believe you are. Yeah, you are. You are under a flash flood warning in Vidor until 7 p.m. this evening. There you go.
And we had someone asking earlier if there's a potential threat of I-10 flooding.
No, I don't think so.
Sour Lake, what is the highest winds you think we'll see?
Now again, this is what I think, and it looks like Sour Lake 40, maybe 45, probably 45. Other questions?
Let me see here. Northern Jasper.
Northern Jasper, 40,
Wind
45, 40, 45, somewhere in that vicinity.
Flood warning for Port Arthur.
Yes, there is a flash flood warning. Flash flood warning for Port Arthur. Yes, the storm has turned northeast. You can look at it in satellite. Let's go over the last 6 hours. Resume. And it has weakened, and it will continue to weaken. Why? Because of the shear. Other questions? We're taking your questions and looking at radar very closely. Yep, it does look like the eye wall. This is the outside of the eye wall right here. And it is moving in this direction towards Grand Chenier, back over in and around Creole, Louisiana. Let's see, latest wind speeds over towards Texas Point, gusting 60 knots. 60 knots is what? 70 mile an hour. Okay, so we have 70 mile per hour wind gust right there at Texas Point. So again, yeah, Sabine Pass, maybe Port Arthur, Bridge City, possibly 70 mile per hour winds, unfortunately. Let's see. Other questions?
We had one, where was it? How close will the eye be to Moss Bluff and Lake Charles? And what time will the eye make landfall?
Landfall roughly around 6. Let's see. I think Moss Bluff is going to go in the eye wall. Let's see. This is the eye wall right here. Moss Bluff is just up there, just north of Lake Charles. So if it's moving roughly like that, we'll take it. Come on, let's see. Yeah, looks like Moss Bluff will, and Lake Charles, this eye is going to go. If it doesn't go right over Lake Charles and Moss Bluff, it's going to go just east, but you'll be probably in the eye wall, unfortunately, in Lake Charles and Moss Bluff. As far as the timing of it, let's see, it makes landfall roughly around between 5:30, 6 o'clock. We'll say very close to 6 o'clock. Eye wall really close to Lake Charles. Western eye wall probably around 7 to 8. Yeah, about 8 o'clock over towards Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Jennings will be the worst of the weather for you. But at the same time, it'll be improving weather here in the Triangle. Any other questions?
Someone is at St. Elizabeth's waiting to be released. They're headed to Jasper. What time is the wind going to be worst in that area if we have that?
7, 8 o'clock tonight. And then after 10, it'll be improving.
Someone's asking, what time will it be leaving Beaumont?
Okay, are you talking about the wind, the storm?
The worst of the conditions.
The worst of the conditions, let's see, between now, okay, I think it's going to be improving after about 7:30 in Beaumont. Certainly by 8. Look at the wind field. Do you see how see, this is what I'm looking at. Look at this wind field. Follow this wind field. Okay? There's 6. It's decreasing, moving away. And by 9:30, tropical storm force winds are forecast to be out of the area. How are we doing on any questions? I can go ahead and do another spiel real quick. Just
yeah, we only have a couple of more minutes left, so it might be best just start from the top.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
All right, folks, this is the very latest. The storm has taken a very lazy turn to the north and east from what we were looking at yesterday. It has not followed the exact path from the National Hurricane Center, and it's been more of it is turned northeast, north and northeast, no doubt about that. And let's see, this is 2 p.m., winds are at 105, this just came down northeast. So that's the good news. And the other good news is that it has weakened. But because it did not take that sharper northeasterly track, that means a little stronger winds into southeast Texas, okay? That's what we're having to deal with. Do I think we're going to see hurricane force winds in southeast Texas? Probably not. It's going to get close over towards Sabine Pass, maybe orange, low end, maybe some gusts too, possibly. but I think the bulk of the hurricane force winds western Calcasieu Parish and off towards the east. At least that's what I think. There's the eye, as you can see. A little bit closer. That's not what I wanted. It's about between 20 to 25 miles south and southeast of Sabine Pass. This is moving towards Grand Chenier, Cameron, Grand Chenier, Creole, Louisiana, just to the east of Cameron, Louisiana. At least that's the forecast. And again, this is the eye wall right there, okay? Obviously, this side, so it's again forecast to go roughly just to the east of Cameron. So that means this side of the storm is going to see the worst of the weather as far as hurricane conditions. This eye wall, the western eye wall, it's a little too much of an angle, something like that. It's going to be decreasing as it makes landfall. So I don't think, tough call. I think the sustained hurricane, that's what I need to say, sustained hurricane force winds western sections of Cameron Parish. Could you see gust 2 hurricane force, possibly in Orange, Bridge City, Port Arthur, and Sabine Pass? That's what I think right now. So again, the sustained hurricane force, there you go. Sustained hurricane force winds are off to your east. Gust 2 possibly hurricane force, very close, probably to 70 miles an hour possible. Okay, that makes sense. But again, by 7 p.m., things ought to be improving across southeast Texas as this begins to pull away from our area. Look at that. By 9:30, this is the western side of the tropical storm force winds. That's at 39 miles an hour. So we're out of tropical storm force winds according to this forecast from the National Hurricane Center by, say, 9:30 this evening. Winds will continue to weaken. It is now not forecast to go into as a Cat 3 or a major hurricane. Then it heads towards Alexandria, Louisiana by 12:30. And notice, by 12:30, we're pretty much done as far as tropical storm force winds. It'll still be breezy, but that will be moving on out. So there's what we're looking at right now. As far as the wind speeds, okay, Orange has come up. They're now to 43 mile per hour wind gusts. Port Arthur at 55. Again, we just saw a wind gust over towards Texas Point. I believe that was at 69 miles an hour. Just southeast of Sabine Pass. We're getting these data in as we speak. Let me see if I have an update on that. Yeah, 69 mile per hour wind gust just recorded at Texas Point, just to the south of Sabine Pass. The winds are going up. Let's see. Yeah, 59. Yeah, we're right at 70 mile per hour winds just to the south of Sabine Pass. Hopefully it doesn't crawl any further towards the north. Still a possibility from Sabine Pass, Port Arthur, and I think Bridge City and Orange may get close to 70 as this heads generally off towards the north and east. So again, hopefully this is the worst that we're seeing right now. So reluctantly, because the storm has not exactly turned as quickly as what we were looking at yesterday, it's kind of been a lazier turn, but it has turned. So I've had to include 60 to maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts, Sabine Pass, Port Arthur, Bridge City, and Orange. It's probably the worst case scenario. Sustained hurricane force winds, probably Sulphur to just west of Cameron. That's what I'm thinking. So this yellow stripe, 40 to maybe 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and not much of an issue back over towards Tyler County and northwestern sections of Hardin County over towards Votah, Thicket, Saratoga. The biggest issue, as we've been saying, is that it's going to be the southeastern sections of our viewing area, roughly from Deweyville, Mid-County, and back over to Sea Rim. East of that is going to see the worst of the weather. All right, no changes as far as the hurricane warnings, the tropical storm warnings across southeast Texas. The big issue now is some locally heavy rainfall. But I think after about 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight, things will be winding down, or at least being improving. Let's see if we got any heavier totals. 3 to 4. Yeah, 3 to 4. Let's see, near Mauriceville. 3. Port Arthur. 3:30 up in Jasper, Woodville, Kuntz, Buna, Newton, Bon Weir, Burkeville, let's see, Cominil, Votah. Give you an idea of some of the rainfall totals. Okay, let's do Sabine Pass, near Sabine Pass, 340, near Lake Charles, Lake Arthur, and obviously heavier off to the south and west. Rainfall, total rainfall through this event, 1 to, looks like 5. Let's see, this is 7 to 10, 5 to 7, so 1 to 5, maybe 1 to 6. All right, what are we doing? We're going live? We're going on air. Join us on the TV side on 12 News Now, and we'll continue to update you with the latest information on Hurricane Delta.